July 1 implementation of revised COVID-19 protocols. Bernard Lodge development plan moving ahead smoothly, and more learning devices distributed. You're watching Jamaica House Weekly. I'm Vanessa Silvera.
As we move to the next phase of the management of the virus, we will have to be even more vigilant about observing the protocols and keeping ourselves and each other safe.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness in Parliament last Tuesday as he announced recrafted measures to contain the spread of COVID-19. For the period July 1 to August 11, curfew hours have been adjusted to start at 11 p.m. Mondays to Saturdays and 6 p.m. on Sundays. Amusement arcades are to reopen on July 1. The ban on funeral services has been lifted, but only 30 persons, including mourners and members of the clergy, will be allowed in attendance. Burial services will be allowed Mondays to Fridays during the hours of 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. with a maximum of 30 persons. Measures under the Controlled Re-Entry Program remain largely unchanged. So too the protocols regarding the opening of markets, gyms, parks, bars, beaches, rivers, zoos, water parks and attractions. The stay-at-home orders as well as the work-from-home orders in the public sector remain in effect. The existing orders governing places of worship and cinemas have been modified. These venues will now be allowed to host 70% of their maximum capacity. In the case of drive-in cinemas, vehicles should have no more than the number of persons it is registered to carry.
The recrafted measures that we have announced are to enable many persons who have not had an income for several months to finally get a chance to return to work and to start providing for their families. The risk of a third wave remains ever present. Whether or not it materializes is up to every one of us. In trying to preserve the entertainment sector, let us not jeopardize the reopening of our schools in September. The stakes are high, and this is a risk we are all taking together as a country. Success is up to all of us.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness urging persons to exercise caution as the island prepares to reopen the entertainment sector. The industry has been shuttered since March 2020 when the island recorded its first case of the novel coronavirus. In Parliament Tuesday, Mr. Holness said the phased reopening of the sector will begin on July 1. Promoters of large events with over 100 persons expected will be required to make an application to the Ministry of Culture. The ministry will review the application in consultation with ODPEM, the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the Municipal Corporation, the police and other relevant authorities. Persons staging small events with no more than 100 persons in total will benefit from a 50% reduction in permit costs from the municipal corporations. Prime Minister Holness announced that certain state-owned venues will be available rent-free for the staging of large entertainment events. Venues already approved for hosting are operated by the Ministry of Culture and the Port Authority of Jamaica. Prime Minister Holness says the Ministries of Culture, Economic Growth and Finance will also be exploring other stimuli to realize growth and development in the sector.
The entertainment, culture and creative industries must become an important item on our national agenda discussion.
On Wednesday, Prime Minister Andrew Holness tipped his hat to Olympian Veronica Campbell-Brown upon hearing of her retirement. Mr. Holness thanked Campbell-Brown for her invaluable contribution to track and field and for making an entire nation proud. The Prime Minister recalled her stunning and impressive races and saluted her athleticism and humanity. Upon hearing the death of Sergeant Marlon Smith, Prime Minister Holness recalled Smith as one of the kindest, most considerate and most genuine persons anyone could have the pleasure of meeting. Sergeant Smith was killed in a three-way motor vehicle collision in Trelawney on Thursday. Mr. Holness expressed deepest sympathies to Sergeant Smith's family, colleagues and friends.
I'm very pleased to see this project materializing in the way that we envisioned that it would. And it will be an example for other developments that are likely to happen within, I would say, a 5-year period.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness on Friday following a tour of the integrated Greater Bernard Lodge development in St. Catherine. Mr. Holness says housing and agriculture are being equally prioritized in the development. The master plan will see the creation of an integrated community, with up to 16,000 housing solutions to be built, 1,300 acres of farmland reserved for small and medium-sized farmers, as well as light industrial and agricultural activities. The Greater Bernard Lodge Development Plan aims to create a sustainable, vibrant and resilient community that addresses challenges associated with affordable housing, transportation, access to jobs and services. And by Saturday, the Prime Minister was in West Central St. Andrew for free CSEC and CAPE Super classes. The classes offered included math, English, Caribbean Studies and Communication Studies. Classes were held at Penwood High School, DuPont and Seawood Drive Infant and Primary Schools. Mr. Holness used his visit to the classes to distribute electronic learning devices to students. The devices were issued as part of the Prime Minister's Positive Jamaica Foundation. And that's it for Jamaica House Weekly. Be sure to join us next time for more of the stories coming out of the office of the Prime Minister.